Kidneys are already struggling, even just a little. Some of these foods may make things much worse by raising your blood pressure, building up toxins in your blood, or throwing off your body's mineral balance. Did you know that something as simple as eating a banana or sipping orange juice could silently damage your already weak kidneys? Some everyday foods that seem healthy may actually speed up kidney failure, and most people have no idea. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what not to eat. Don't touch these foods that will destroy your unhealthy kidneys. And stay tuned till the end, because I'll also share the best foods to protect your kidneys and support their healing. Bananas are one of the most popular fruits out there, easy to eat, packed with nutrients, and often seen as a go-to for a healthy snack. But if your kidneys aren't working the way they should, this fruit may actually do more harm than good. Bananas contain extremely high potassium level. When potassium builds up in your bloodstream, it affects the way your heart and muscles function. This condition, known as hyperkalemia, may lead to muscle weakness, irregular heartbeats, or even cardiac arrest in severe cases. And unlike with sodium, you won't feel bloated or notice a taste. Potassium sneaks up silently, making it especially risky for people who don't know their levels are already high. One more thing that is often forgotten is that bananas naturally have a lot of sugar, especially as they ripen. As the fruit becomes softer and sweeter, its sugar content rises. And for someone with impaired kidney function, especially if diabetes is also a factor, this spike in natural sugar may raise blood glucose levels and lead to insulin resistance. Over time, high blood sugar damages the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys, reducing their ability to filter waste and accelerating kidney decline. That damage doesn't just happen overnight, it builds slowly, making something as innocent as a daily banana a hidden threat. Studies from the Journal of Athletic Training indicate that while excessive banana consumption may contribute to hyperkalemia, a condition marked by high potassium levels that may strain kidney function. Eating 2 servings is typically safe and unlikely to push potassium to harmful levels in healthy individuals. However, for those with impaired kidney function, even moderate potassium intake should be monitored closely. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, and ham might be your go-to for flavor-packed meals, but if your kidneys are already in bad shape, these foods may silently speed up the damage. They contain preservatives, especially nitrates and nitrites. These chemicals are added to keep the meat looking fresh and extend shelf life, but once inside your body, they may convert into compounds that damage blood vessels and increase inflammation. For kidneys already under stress, this extra inflammation makes filtration even harder. The more inflamed the blood vessels around the kidneys become, the less efficiently blood flows through the glomeruli, the tiny filters responsible for clearing out waste. Over time, this may lead to scarring in kidney tissues and accelerate loss of function. Moreover, there are also a lot of unhealthy saturated fats in these meats. When you eat foods heavy in saturated fat, it raises levels of LDL cholesterol and triggers oxidative stress throughout your body. In people with kidney issues, this creates a double hit. First, it worsens blood pressure and circulation, which further taxes the kidneys, and second, it contributes to a condition known as glomerulosclerosis, a hardening of the kidney's filtering units. This isn't just a side effect, it directly reduces your ability to clear waste, manage fluid levels, and regulate electrolytes, putting you on a faster path to full kidney failure. A study featured on PubMed with 4,881 participants found a strong link between high meat consumption and kidney health risks. Those who ate the most red meat had a 73% higher chance of developing chronic kidney disease, while heavy intake of processed meats was tied to almost double the risk, highlighting the potential harm of frequent meat-heavy meals on long-term kidney function. Avocados are often labeled as a superfood thanks to their healthy fats and fiber, but if you have kidney problems, this trendy fruit may quietly become a serious risk. Avocados also contain high potassium. For a person with healthy kidneys, that's no big deal, your body filters it out easily. But if your kidneys are damaged, they can't clear potassium efficiently. This causes potassium to build up in your blood, leading to a condition called hyperkalemia. The scary part is that this condition doesn't always show symptoms right away, but it may interfere with heart rhythm, cause fatigue, and in severe cases, trigger cardiac arrest. And since avocados are often eaten in large portions or blended into high potassium meals, the risk adds up fast. Moreover, the polyol content in avocados is another issue that is often ignored. These are naturally occurring sugar alcohols that, while not harmful to everyone, may be problematic for people with kidney dysfunction. Polyols may lead to bloating, gastrointestinal discomfort, and in some cases, interfere with nutrient absorption. For someone with kidney disease, especially those on dialysis or with limited digestive efficiency, these sugar alcohols may add extra digestive stress, disrupt gut health, and complicate blood sugar management. When your kidneys are already under pressure, adding any kind of internal imbalance, whether from minerals or digestion, just makes it harder for your body to maintain stability. An Elsevier study emphasizes the kidney's critical role in regulating phosphorus levels, noting that elevated serum phosphorus is linked to higher mortality rates in people with chronic kidney disease. As phosphorus intake continues to rise, mainly due to phosphate additives in processed foods common in the American diet, there's growing concern that excess dietary phosphorus may also pose health risks for the broader population, not just those with existing kidney issues. Most people grab a may of soup or a packet of instant noodles thinking it's just a quick, harmless meal, but if your kidneys are already in trouble, this convenience could quietly be making things worse. Too much sodium is one of the biggest problems with canned soups and instant noodles. You might not taste it fully, but the levels are often sky high. When sodium enters your body in large amounts, your kidneys have to work harder to regulate it in the bloodstream. Damaged kidneys can't efficiently get rid of extra sodium, so it builds up, pulling in more water, raising blood pressure, and causing fluid retention. Over time, this increased pressure inside the blood vessels damages the delicate filtration structures inside the kidneys. That kind of stress may trigger a dangerous cycle of worsening kidney function and rising blood pressure, which often go hand in hand. Furthermore, monosodium glutamate, or MSG, is another hidden danger in these frozen foods. While it enhances flavor, it also disrupts the balance of key amino acids and has been linked to oxidative stress in kidney tissues. When your kidneys are already compromised, introducing chemical additives like MSG may interfere with cellular repair and increase inflammation inside the renal system. That ongoing inflammation isn't just uncomfortable, it contributes directly to long-term tissue damage and scarring, which makes kidney decline harder to slow down. A study published in the Clinical Kidney Journal points out that diets high in ultra-processed foods, such as canned soups and instant noodles, a staple in many Western eating habits, are strongly associated with a greater risk of obesity and chronic kidney disease. These foods tend to be packed with added sugars, harmful fats, and chemical additives, leading to excessive calorie intake and poor overall nutrition. For people with existing kidney issues, regularly eating these types of foods may worsen conditions like high blood pressure and insulin resistance, making it even harder to manage kidney health. For anyone dealing with reduced kidney function, what's inside that orange or glass of juice may quietly cause serious trouble. One of the main concerns is the potassium content in oranges. In a healthy body, potassium helps regulate muscle contractions and nerve signals. But in someone with kidney issues, potassium doesn't get filtered out efficiently. That causes it to accumulate in the blood, leading to dangerous spikes that may affect your heartbeat, weaken muscles, and in severe cases, they trigger life-threatening cardiac issues. Since juice lacks the fiber that whole fruit provides, the potassium in orange juice hits your system even faster, making it riskier for kidneys that can't keep up. Along with that, one more issue is the high amount of natural sugar, especially in orange juice. Oranges contain fructose, a fruit sugar that, when consumed in high amounts, contributes to oxidative stress and inflammation inside the kidneys. And when those oranges are juiced, the sugar becomes more concentrated and easier to absorb, spiking blood sugar levels rapidly. For people with diabetes and kidney disease, a combination that's incredibly common, this quick surge in blood sugar may damage the delicate blood vessels in the kidneys, speeding up the decline of renal function. Over time, high sugar levels worsen insulin resistance, which puts even more pressure on the kidneys to filter excess glucose and manage fluid balance. A study published in Nutrients with 13 participants found that orange juice increased urinary pH and citrate levels in a way similar to potassium citrate. However, it also led to higher urinary oxalate levels and failed to lower calcium excretion, two factors that may actually raise the risk of developing kidney stones. Dairy might seem like a wholesome, comforting part of your diet, maybe a glass of milk with breakfast or some cheese melted on a sandwich. But if your kidneys are already compromised, these foods may quietly make things worse. All milk and cheese are high in phosphorus content. In healthy individuals, the kidneys work to regulate phosphorus levels in the blood. But when kidney function starts slipping, phosphorus begins to build up. That excess phosphorus doesn't just sit there, it pulls calcium from the bones and causes harmful deposits in blood vessels and soft tissues. Over time, this may lead to fragile bones and hardened arteries, both of which raise the risk for fractures and cardiovascular problems. And since phosphorus in dairy is naturally occurring and easily absorbed, even small amounts may make a big impact when your kidneys aren't working well. An additional issue is that full-fat dairy products contain a lot of saturated fat. This type of fat doesn't just increase your cholesterol, it contributes to a cascade of problems including high blood pressure, vascular damage, and chronic inflammation. For someone with kidney disease, saturated fat intensifies the workload on already overburdened kidneys by worsening heart health and blood flow. That's a big deal, because the kidneys rely on strong, stable circulation to keep filtering waste. When fat clogs the arteries and raises blood pressure, it reduces the oxygen supply to kidney tissues, speeds up scarring, and cuts down your kidney's ability to function at all. A review published on PubMed found that dairy intake, particularly low-fat dairy, was associated with a protective effect against chronic kidney disease and a slower decline in kidney function over time. The phosphoric acid in these sodas is one of the worst things about them. It's used to give colas their tangy taste and extend shelf life, but this type of phosphorus is highly absorbable, and that's bad news for damaged kidneys. Healthy kidneys may flush out excess phosphorus, but when function drops, phosphorus starts to pile up in the bloodstream. That buildup doesn't just stay there, it pulls calcium out of your bones and causes deposits to form in your blood vessels and soft tissues. Over time, this may lead to bone loss, stiff arteries, and even calcification around the heart, all of which increase the risk of serious complications in people with chronic kidney issues. Additionally, the high fructose corn syrup that most cola drinks are sweetened with is also bad for you. This kind of sugar doesn't just add empty calories, it spikes uric acid levels in the blood. High uric acid puts extra strain on the kidneys, contributes to inflammation, and has been linked to both kidney stones and a faster progression of chronic kidney disease. When kidneys are already having trouble keeping up, that added burden from sugar may quietly chip away at whatever function is left. A PubMed study found that consuming 2 or more colas daily, whether regular or artificially sweetened, markedly raises the risk of developing chronic kidney disease. The elevated risk appeared consistent across both types of cola, highlighting a broader concern beyond just sugar content. Moving on, let's discuss kidney-friendly foods that help protect your kidneys. If your kidneys are struggling, what you eat may either help slow down the damage or make it worse. I know how confusing it may be with so much conflicting advice out there. That's why I want to make this simple for you. Now, I'm sharing foods that are not only safe for weak kidneys but actually help support their function. This veggie is rich in fiber, vitamin C, and compounds that help your body neutralize toxins. Cauliflower supports liver and kidney function by helping with natural detox processes. It's low in potassium and versatile. You may mash it, roast it, or even use it as a low-carb rice replacement. These tiny berries are packed with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which help reduce inflammation and protect kidney tissues from oxidative damage. They're also low in potassium, making them a safe choice if you need to manage your potassium levels carefully. Plus, their natural sweetness may satisfy cravings without spiking blood sugar. Apples contain a special kind of fiber called pectin, which helps lower cholesterol and control blood sugar, both of which benefit your kidneys. They also reduce inflammation and help your digestive system move waste out more efficiently, giving your kidneys less to filter. When your kidney health is already compromised, every bite you take matters more than ever. I want you to understand that even ordinary, everyday foods may quietly make things worse. Garlic isn't just great for flavor, it also contains sulfur compounds that support detoxification. It helps lower inflammation, reduces blood pressure, and keeps cholesterol in check, all of which ease the workload on your kidneys. Using garlic in place of salt is also a smart move if you're cutting back on sodium. Loaded with vitamin C, vitamin A, and antioxidants, red bell peppers help neutralize harmful free radicals in your body. They're also low in potassium and phosphorus, which makes them one of the safest vegetables for kidney health. Use them raw in salads or cooked into dishes for a kidney-safe flavor boost. Making smarter choices may slow down the damage, help you feel better, and keep your body in a safer, more balanced state. Always talk to your doctor or a kidney specialist before changing your diet.